Let me guess. You can understand English speakers perfectly well when they talk at this speed. However, when it's harder to understand them, let me help. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to my channel. Before we start this video, subscribe because we always make new videos, and I don't want you to miss any. So with that said, let's get on with the video. Okay, let's learn how to understand English native speakers. I have some tips that will help you. Okay, tip number 1. I bet you can understand this person. People often ask me why I'm so interested in the mental health of children and young people. And the answer is quite simple. Because I think every child should have the best possible start in life. And I'm pretty sure you will find it much harder to understand this person. I know other girls in relationships let these things slide and, let their boyfriends text every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Let's try another example. Can you understand this person? The goal, the objective of economic policy should be collective well-being, how happy and healthy a population is, not just how wealthy a population is. I'm just guessing, but I think you can understand that person pretty well. But what about this person? That thing, I've not been able to sit back and enjoy it because you're always on the move to the next thing. And on the move to the next thing. I think that's why during lockdown, I really struggled as well, because it was like on to the next thing, and there is no next thing now because we're all in. Much harder? Let's figure out why. I gave you 4 examples there. 2 of them were quite easy to understand, and 2 of them were more of a challenge. Okay, so the 2 examples that were easier to understand, they were talking in a public setting. They had something that was prepared, they had a script or a speech written, and they were presenting to a large group of people. The other 2 examples featured much younger speakers using a dialect that maybe you are not familiar with. They were speaking in a setting where nothing was planned, nothing was prepared, and they were just talking to 1, maybe 2, people in quite an intimate setting. So my first tip is to diversify your listening practice. Stop watching TED Talks. Stop watching members of the royal family. TED Talks are great. I love TED Talks, but they are presenting. They have written a script. They have planned and practiced what they are going to say, and they want a large group of people to be able to understand them. So, of course, you'll be able to understand them. That's their main goal. So when you are doing English listening practice, make it your mission to find unscripted things, reality shows, podcasts, chat shows. Diversify the listening practice because then your ear is like a muscle. Your ear will become so flexible and adaptable. Your ear will be ready to listen to any voice, any dialect. So when you talk to someone, it's like you've done the hard work. This conversation is easy. I can understand you. Moving on to my next tip. Keep watching for an in-depth analysis of the sounds that make English speakers so hard to understand. My next tip involves a strategy that humans have been using since the dawn of time to understand each other, and that is talking to another human being. So I want to recommend a resource that I have used for the last 3.5 years. Without a doubt, one of the best and most effective ways to improve your English listening quickly is by actually speaking to an English native. It's authentic, it's real, and it works. So as most of you know, I teach and learn practicalities here because I truly think that this is the main reason why understanding fast English is so hard. And it's all because of linking. It's because of those annoying linking sounds that everybody does. So let me talk you through some of the most common linking sounds and how to understand them. I believe that the best way to understand something is to be able to do it yourself. So learning these links sounds like you're going to do them. Try to make them with your mouth. Try to do them because if you understand the mechanics of how you make the linking sounds, it will sound a lot less alien when you hear someone else doing those linking sounds. Okay, so let's look at this sentence here. I saw a dog in his window on Tuesday. I saw a dog in his window on Tuesday. Now, can you see how that could be quite confusing if I say that quickly? I saw a dog on his window on Tuesday. It's crazy talk, and it's because it's like I'm saying one big word. There are no gaps in the middle. It's just one long word. So let's talk through the linking sounds. The first one we've got is I. Now, no one says I actually. They don't put a gap in the middle. What we do, definitely in a lot of accents in the UK and Standard English, most of these links are based on the Standard English, but a lot of them are international. Lots of different dialects use these linking sounds. So when you've got I actually, how are we going to link that? What we're going to put in the middle is we're going to put a Y sound so it becomes I. Why do we say Y? Let me tell you. So this is a vowel-to-vowel link. Okay, so we've got an I and then we've got an ah. All right? So there are two vowel sounds. So we have to create a link because they don't link together without putting something in there. I ends wide because when we do I, it's like we're ending on a smile. And this is the same for A and E. So when you've got this wide vowel, smiley vowel, let's call them smiley vowels. Then to get to the next word, if it starts with a vowel, ya have to put a ya because it's easy to, because our mouth is already wide. And when we do ya, it's a wide sound as well. I smile, ya, actually, ya. And you just release it, I. I like that. Okay, moving on to the next linking sound in this sentence. I saw a dog. Hold on a second, I just did an R sound. I saw a dog. I can't see an R there, can you? I can't see an R, but I said an R. And that is because we have a feature called an intrusive R. Now, if you are only concerned with understanding American speakers, don't worry about the intrusive R. But if you want to understand a lot of people from Britain, you need to understand what the intrusive R is. So the intrusive R is when we insert an R to link to the next word, even though there's not an R written there. We just put one in. And this can be extremely confusing when you're listening to fast English because you've heard an R. Hold on, there was an R there. What's going on? But there isn't. We've just put one in to help with linking. So let's look at the example. I saw a... The reason why we're doing an R here is because we have the OR sound of saw and then an A. We have another open vowel sound, saw A. So if we didn't have the linking R, the intrusive R, it would sound odd. It would sound like I saw a. We would have to put a gap in there, but we don't like putting gaps in when we speak. It's annoying. So actually saw feels like it should rhyme with door, right? It's the same sound. Saw door. Look at the word door. There's an R on the end. Okay, so actually, this sound feels like it ends in an R. The word saw kind of sounds like it ends in an R, and that is why we are using the R sound in a lot of UK dialects. If you have a word that could end in an R, it sounds the same as a word that ends in an R, followed by a vowel. We're probably going to put an intrusive R in there. For example, my name is Laura. Laura, it ends on schwa, but what other words end in schwa in English? We have mother, father, water, better. Oh, look, R, 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 R. So that achwa sound sometimes is spelled like So if I have to link my name to something else that's a vowel, I have to put an R in there. So I say Laura is great. So push yourself. Try to do the intrusive R. Try to make that sound, get familiar with it, get comfortable with it, and learn how it works. Imagine you are an actor learning an accent for a role or something, and if you can do it, you will understand it when you hear it. So now we have this. I saw a dog in. Now the next link is a little bit easier because we have a hard consonant, dog, and then we have the in. So when we have a consonant and a vowel, it's really easy to link them because it's a natural place to breathe. So dog in becomes dog in. We're just pushing them together. And the final link is really important. Dog in his window. We don't say in his window. We don't take a breath. No, no, no. We push the N and the I together in his. So now it sounds like inish, enish. And this is common with all N sounds. In his, in it, in that, on it, on his. They will always link. So after all that, you don't have to do any of these linking sounds. You don't have to do them, but I think if you try to learn how to do them, you will be able to understand them when you hear them because when we learn how to do something, it becomes so much easier to recognize it when we hear it. So that is the secret to understanding fast English. Diversify your listening practice, push yourself, and learn the linking sounds, and you will find it so much easier to understand people. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like it. Let me know what other types of English you struggle with in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos to help you improve your English. That's it from me today. I'll see you in the next video.